Okay, hello everybody. This is going to be an achievement for the Dead Tree of Ranchiuna. It has been published by East Asia Soft, who were very generous in giving me a code for this, so thank you to them. It is mostly a walking simulator game. There are two missable achievements. The first is for watching the whole credits, and the second is for opening some sort of vault door lock, which, as the achievement is encore, I assume that's something to do with after the credits. So let's play, let's start the clock. All things considered, I should have probably checked the settings first, shouldn't I? Okay, settings, controls, invert y-axis, thank you very much. Let's increase the camera sensitivity. There we go. Flashlight is click and right stick. Okay, general. Vibration, solid subtitle background, yes please. Head bob off, subtitles on. Okay. What are the controls? Toggle run, left stick. Okay. Wait, you have automatic movement? That is dumb on so many levels. Okay. You actually have automatic movement. Look at this. See, I'm not touching anything.
Are people strong? Debatable. When someone gets lynched, does anybody stand against it, whether they approve or not? That thought has been keeping me awake at night. I walk slowly, considering these thoughts. No need to rush, like the child I
So we can choose left and right, but you actually can't stop.
It reminds me of old times, of happy
Stop your movement, which is...
I remember
Wait, no, yes you can. Okay. So the Y button toggles your continuous movement.
The university in Craiova didn't change me, but it taught me that as time passes by...
Okay, that's really, really stupid.
Can't get any worse.
Okay, the game obviously does not want us to look at that. Okay, well, I guess we'll auto run then. Gives a new meaning to the genre walking simulator when you don't even have to walk at this point. Music's a bit loud, isn't it? I'm going to turn that down a little bit at my end. I'm glad there isn't a head bob, or rather I'm glad I've turned the head bob off, because probably with this graphical style it'll probably make me feel sick. Okay, I am going to turn the music down a little bit. Okay, that's much better. Created by Tonguk Bador. I hope I pronounced that right. English language report by Chris Davies and Patrick Weber. Music by Verameyev Dimitro. Okay, actually, hang on. Do these count as the credits? If they count as the credits, if I stand still, are they just gonna... Okay. I'm gonna stay still until these credits or whatever are done. See if it pops the achievement or if it means the credits at the end of the game. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Okay, well, it looks like it's going to be the credits at the end of the game because they seem to have stopped at this point. So now we know. Okay, you can die. Who'd dunk it? So with these trees, I'm already starting to see reused assets. I think that the problem with these walking simulators, you always see reused assets, like with trees and things, and it's something that's amazed me that, to my knowledge, nobody has created an environmental thing for oh, that's pretty. Anyway, as I was saying, nobody has, to my knowledge, created a bit of code. Oh, it's a goat who has a very weird turning animation. Okay, that's not the greatest turning animation. Let's be honest here. Rotate on point and then move forward. That's kind of what you would program one of those pip robots in school. You remember those little cubic robot things, and you'd have to
Mama, it's me.
program basic commands and everything,
Oh,
like
I missed you. Is something wrong?
play
Were the
10,
people in the city
move
cruel
forward
to you?
50,
Don't
rotate
worry,
on
Mama.
point
Mr. Raoul,
70
the office
degrees,
manager,
then
and
move
staff
forward
played
for
some mean tricks on me
5
before they
meters.
finally sent me away,
You
but
know what I mean?
was on the right side. I'm home again.
Come in, my boy.
Soon, Mama. I'll go and see Daniela and my old friends first. I want to say hi to them right away.
You go and see your friends, but be quick. I made your favorite, Sermale.
What the fuck
Don't
is
be
Somali?
Okay, Ma.
Also, this guy sounds like a cuck.
Alec, are you there?
I remember this voice. Andre, it's been so long. How have you been?
It was tough in Bucharest, so I decided to return home. How are you?
I'm good. A few days ago, my brother left the village for university. He's now staying in Craiova. I'm excited for him, but I hope he'll return when he graduates.
Nobody talks like that.
How's Vasile? I've missed you guys.
We miss you too, bud. Are you going to see them now?
Yes, I'm on my way to them right now. I'll see you again
That
later.
does not sound... I hate to say, that does not... That sounds very, very scripted. Why is there not a jump button? Do I have an interact button at all? No. Oh, buzzards. Are they vultures or crows? I'm going to assume... Oh no, they're magpies, aren't they? Black and white are magpies, I think.
Oh, hi, Andre. It's good to see you. How come you're back?
Things didn't work out for me in Bucharest. I decided to return home. I just arrived and wanted to stop by and say hi.
Hi.
I'm visiting all my old friends. We'll talk again soon.
I hate to say it, but this guy's already getting on my tits.
Who is it? Who's there?
Birds.
It's me, Andre. I'm home.
Oh, hi, Andre. Good to see you again. What brings you back here?
Failure.
Well, city life was a little hard for me. I decided it's best to come back home and live out the rest of my life in the village I love.
Good, good. A smart decision. City people can be hard-hearted and cruel. It is impossible for people like us to understand them. Why don't you come into my pallet tool?
What the fuck is a
Thank you,
pallet tool?
Vasile. I will soon. I really want to see Daniela first.
She'll be so pleased to see
Oh,
you.
enough
Catch
of
you
the
later.
nattering already.
Later, Vasile.
I don't care. Okay, I'm guessing that's the dead tree of this game. Roll credits, I guess. Okay, so why is there a skeleton hanging from the tree? Why is there a rock-shaped door in that cavern?
Daniela!
Andre,
It's been too long.
you're telling me? How are you? It must be strange being back in our small village after life in the big city.
Not strange at all. It's just great. I feel great. And the best part, I can be closer to you. Why don't we go for a little walk?
He's already back and he's trying to
Let's do
shag
it.
Daniela, apparently.
Let's go for a gentle walk. A slow pace through the countryside outside the village.
I'm sorry to say, dude, but your village sucks. Everything is pretty much dead. Unless you've got some sort of active fields here, my friend, your village is dead. It's like the Pride Rock. It's like Pride Rock after Scar took over with the hyenas. Some sort of indication of where I'm supposed to go would be amazing, game. And the fact that we don't even have a jump button is frustrating, to say the least. Do we have a jump button? God, doesn't he look haggard? I mean, seriously? I would hope that's a fake skeleton, but why would you live in a village that hangs a skeleton from a tree. The fuck is wrong with you people? Did I go over there? I don't think I did.
The excitement of a walk with a sweetheart can make us forget everything. Even our mothers waiting at home. It is so hard to take responsibility over excitement. When we are young, love feels like a shot of strong tuica. Every time we forget our responsibilities, we resolve not to forget them again. It is hard for someone who hasn't seen his darling for years, especially when the relationship is so new and fresh. The time when we believe we deserve them, and they deserve us. We are usually carefree in the early stage of a relationship.
Okay, I have an interact button. That was easy.
So, do you want to tell me about your time in Bucharest?
Absolutely not. But apparently we're going to be doing that because it's plot convenient.
So, are you sorry you made me wait here?
Maybe. Are you sorry you didn't come with me?
Maybe, but our village kept me in good spirits while you were gone.
Okay, you have a flower field and a dead village. It's not much
Not
to be
exactly.
proud of. Although you have a sheep. The Welshmen of the village will be happy. Okay, we've got a... Okay, we apparently need a key. Good to know. Okay. Okay, well I'm guessing we'll find a key down here, I guess. Hello, birds.
He who believes is happy. He who is suspicious is smart. We have the ability to choose to be clear. Controlling our thoughts is difficult, but we always do what we please, whether consciously or subconsciously. If a man does not engage with the world, then he cannot fight to make things the way he would like them to be. He can only hope to be content with the way things
I
are.
believe that the person writing this narrative needs to have a debate, philosophical debate.
Fighting for change might be hard, but it brings constant satisfaction.
You don't fight for change by conforming with the world around you. Doing so breaks the change that you hope to make and exacerbates the original problem that you have. I am not even going to attempt to pronounce that book title. Okay, well this is obviously a Russian game, judging by the or Turkish or someone of that ilk, because there is a lot of Russian text in this game, and we've also got what are those called, Matryoshka dolls, I think that's what they're called, isn't it? Matryoshkas, something like that. Okay, so... Okay, we can't look out the window. The rug is supposed to be going on the floor, but it looks like you already have one on the floor. Fair enough. Hang on, what do you want me to look at? What is it that you want me to look at? Ugh. Religious imagery, you have 2 cassette stacks that are identical. What is it that you want me to look at, game? Give me some indication. Some sort of twinkling, perhaps. What is it that you want me to do? Are you wanting me to find the missing slipper? Is that what you're wanting me to do? Really? A crowbar? Gordon Freeman, I am not. Welcome back, Mr. Freeman. Well, that was kind of mixed between G-Man and Agent Smith, wasn't it? Oh, game, what do you want me to do? Some sort of indication would be fantastic. Phillips. Clearly a Phillips knockoff. But isn't everything in Russia and China knockoffs? Oh, game, what do you want me to do? You made me pick up a crowbar. What do you want me to do with it? Okay, so I'm clearly missing something obvious here. Clearly. Like the box that didn't highlight a damn goddamn thing. Thanks for that, game. Really useful. I must have gone over that box like 5 times and it didn't freaking highlight anything. That's a thought. I now have a crowbar. Possibly. Can I go break that door open from behind? Or am I in a completely different area right now? Am I in a different area or am I in the same area? If I had a map, that would tell me. But I do not have a map. And I don't have any directional indicators. Okay, this is where I was. Right, this thing needed a key. Now, if that key counts, I doubt it will though, but I do have a crowbar. So maybe one or the other, perhaps? Apparently not. Shut up, sheep, I wasn't talking to you. Gotta admit, this is probably the first walking simulator I've seen that actually has a walking, an auto walk. There's a swan. There are multiple swans on the lake that have absolutely no form of animation. And also I apparently die when I go into the water. Sure. We have bits of grass that are hovering in midair. Sure.
Some people find romance essential. Others find it useless. Romance means different things to different people. For some, there's romance in imprisonment, looking at the infinite freedom waiting beyond. Again, it is our own choices that make us either happy or smart. The more we find romance, the happier we feel. We all want to fool ourselves some of the time. However, that will not last. While it develops for some time, it also fades in time. A water tank that is both filled and leaking.
And that is why you plug the leak. Rubber can do that. Plastic, glue, feces. Although if you plug a water tank with feces, chances are you're going to end up with shitty water. Pun intended. Speaking of a water tank, I cannot illustrate how immensely frustrated I am with the fact that there is no jump button, which makes this game extremely linear. It looks okay. Graphically, I would say it and the engine are probably quite dated at this point. Which, admittedly, is never a good thing. Okay, so I'm in some sort of area. The next achievement is probably a waterfall, so it probably is a waterfall, so it probably counts to this.
I want you to close your eyes for a while.
Okay.
Okay.
How do you you feel?
I feel cold and empty. All alone. There's nothing and no one to fucking live for. Yeah?
I'm sorry, but for her to say that just out of the blue is kind of proposing to the script. And we continue on. Okay, so we've got some sort of wooden hut here. Going to turn the music up a bit now. It's a deer. A big male deer. Is this where I came from? No, I don't believe so. Okay, I must be going the right way because music has started playing. Good indicator there. Well done, game. We have 3 swans, all identical assets, but that one at the back is slightly smaller. They have the nodding head thing, so yeah, that is a reused asset, or a copied and pasted asset.
As we progress through life, there are more challenging situations waiting for us. We enter the time of challenge, and sometimes the transition is slow. But sometimes it is so sudden you forget the life you had only moments ago. Overcoming greater difficulties brings greater satisfaction, and we feel stronger for the effort. We simply forget that we are one step closer to the end. But the end does not necessarily mean death. Sometimes it is the end of a struggle, or the end of peace.
I would counter that with saying the end is when you finally find peace of acceptance of your own death. An example would be when somebody has decided to commit suicide and they do find incredible peace in that fact, because when you when somebody decides that, it's like a great weight is lifted off of your shoulders. They are the issues that they have been experiencing. Are in their mind defeated. They will no longer be tormented by those issues, and as such they find an incredible sense of peace and zen. Yes, that is, I would define that as the end, when you have made peace with what may be coming. And I would argue that that is what can classify as the end. It doesn't even need to classify as death. It's finding peace. Now, whether that's through method of suicide, or whether it's just a case of accepting that it's your time to die in old age, I would define that as a purpose of life. A purpose of life is to experience it to the end. I don't think a lot of people understand that. Thought I just saw a swan there, but I think it was it was the colour of the rock. I don't believe that a lot of people understand that point of view. And the best way that I can explain it is, let's say you've been carrying a debilitating disease for your entire life, and scientists find a cure. And I would... Have I just come back to where I was? Is this the place with the bloody swans over here? It fucking is. How the hell did I turn myself around? I would propose that... excuse me. I would propose that... Imagine you have this debilitating disease, one that affects every day of your life, and a cure comes along. Now, it may not be an instant cure, it may be medicine that you have to take once a day for the rest of your life, but doing so means that this debilitating disease is basically rendered null. It no longer exists for you as long as you take that medicine. Can you imagine the weight that would be off of your shoulders, the feeling of peace that one person would experience from that? And I would say that kind of feeling would be similar to somebody who has made peace with controlling their own death. It's a very hard thing to describe, because a lot of people do not like to discuss suicidal thoughts amongst friends, family, and I understand that. I am also not somebody who likes to describe that, who likes to talk about that kind of thing. However, I think you need to, even if you don't like to talk about it, excuse me, I think you still need to understand it, and I don't think many people in life understand that as well as perhaps they should. I've I've said it before multiple times on some of these walking simulator achieve hunts and things. A suicide happens when a person's stresses outweigh their coping mechanisms. Excuse me. As I've said many times before to try and explain to people, because it is something that a lot of people do not understand, and as someone who has been there personally, I understand. Where every day can be a living struggle, a challenge to exist, and I think a lot more people suffer from that issue than you would at first believe, because I would say of all illnesses in the world, mental illnesses are ones that are the least understood, because the brain is an incredibly complex, unmapped organ, basically. In my opinion, we are decades, if not hundreds of years away from understanding the complexities of the human brain. There are, in my opinion, inside every human being, there are hundreds of problems with the human brain for every single person. And by that I mean is, with evolution, there is evolution basically is survival of the fittest. That's what evolution is. Bad traits die out because they're not good for human survival, whilst better traits, for example, random being able to breathe underwater for longer, as an example, is one that evolutionarily develops. I believe that the human brain has not been evolutionarily perfected. Well, nothing about humanity.
I have a question for you. But please, be honest when you answer. Would you still want to be with me if I were very ugly?
Yeah, I suppose.
But I mean, really, really ugly.
How ugly is that?
So it would be a question of how ugly I was, is it?
No, I just wanted to.
Why? Why?
You never answer a loaded question like that,
I can't
dude.
give you a definite answer.
I just.
Please. I think I'm gonna be left alone for a while.
But Daniela, I.
You never answer a loaded
Said,
question like that.
Leave me alone. Please.
You never answer a loaded question like that. As I was saying, humanity is constantly evolving. It has been for, well, I want to say thousands of years, but it's definitely not millions, is it? Let's be honest. evolution has picked up with the aspects of science. However, where you have science attempting to fix issues with medicine or whatever, they don't become genetic, which means not natural selection, survival of the fittest is nullified, which means the more things are nullified by science, the more things that don't get cut from human evolution advantages. When you have that, it means that these issues can and will get worse for some people. I have no idea where I'm supposed to go here, because the game doesn't give us any goddamn indication. I said, so I mean, I'm of the opinion, and I am fully aware that this is a minority opinion, that the human brain has not evolved perfectly to cut out flaws such as mental health issues. I mean, there's a lot to be said about societal things causing bad things like anxiety and things, and that's definitely part of it. I would say that whilst it contributes, I would say that it plays off of flaws that are inherent in the brain, that makes people more susceptible to such things. I firmly believe that every mental issue is rooted in flaws in genetics, and I mean, there's anti-science morons who think, for example, vaccines cause autism, which is bollocks. There's absolutely no proof of that. The report that was made by a as disbarred former doctor has been debunked hundreds, if not thousands, of times. Vaccines do not cause autism, but you still have people who believe that it does. And yet, autism, I firmly believed is genetic in some way. If you look at anybody who is autistic, there are signs of their parents or a parent having similar things when they were younger. Of course, it wouldn't be on record, because back then it was just counted as bad behaviour or the child being weird, because medical understanding of such an issue was unheard of. It was basically okay, smack him and get him in line. That's basically what it was in the old days. Smack him and make him conform. Of course, you can't do that with people anymore, and rightfully so. But that's what I mean. You see, whilst medical understanding improves, evolution does not work that quickly. I have no idea where the fuck I'm supposed to go, because there's no indication at all. This game needs some sort of indicator saying, hey, there's something over here. I said, you know, a lot of people can. I think a lot of people manage with mental issues that are undiagnosed for years, if not decades, because they've had to. There hasn't been any mental understanding, but eventually it wears you down. And the problem is, without medicines, it allows these flaws to get worse, like, because it's, you know, it's untreated. And it's a horrible thing to know that there is something wrong with you that nobody can cure. They can give you coping mechanisms. I mean, you know, when you go to a therapist, right? You've reached a point where, Doc, I don't know what to do. Help me. Give me a reason to continue living. Give me a reason that's... And people who do put themselves to therapy, they are looking for help, mostly. They're saying, hey, I want to survive. I want to continue living. But they need... It's like a dog that needs a stick. They need a reason. They need a purpose. And asking for therapy and help is them, in my opinion, being extremely, extremely strong, saying, hey, I need help. Please help me. They're looking for a stick, and the therapy, the doctor is the person who hands you the stick and saying, this is why you should carry on. You're doing well. You're surviving. And I think a lot of people really, really don't understand that, and that's a crying shame. As I've said multiple times to multiple people, the world is an extremely cruel and horrible place. And it is by getting with groups, by getting with our social bubbles, that we can all survive together. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I do. It's a beautiful thing. What isn't a beautiful thing is not knowing where the fuck I'm supposed to go, because there is absolutely no indicator anywhere in this entire game of what I'm supposed to do. I mean, the next achievement on the list basically is solve the second gate puzzle, but I've not seen another gate puzzle anywhere. I think, as I've said, the world is a horrible place, but I hold personally deep respect for anyone who... Okay, I've gone past this waterfall, so I've obviously missed something at this end, haven't I? Okay, so I've obviously missed something here. I do like being given these opportunities to just ramble on whilst I play these games. It's a good time to have a philosophical chat, you know? Just have a think about Right, I think the best thing I can do is basically just hug the right wall until I find something. So that's what I'm going to do. So I literally have no idea where I'm supposed to go at this point. You know, if this game literally just had a directional arrow, it would be so much better. It really would. Or just some clue. What, maybe some sort of scent trail or something. Is there a way I can get... Okay, let's... Okay, so I've came in through that entrance opposite the main door and slightly to the left if I was looking out from the door. Okay, is there a way I can get up there to have a look at that door? Because is that a puzzle door? I don't know. I can't bloody see it because I can't seem to get up there. Oh, I'm up. I'm up. Right, okay. I notice that I'm considerably larger than the door. I think there may be a problem with scaling here. Okay, so clearly I'm not supposed to be up here. And look at the size of that window compared to his head. Yeah, this is clearly an asset which they've bought and haven't considered the size of it compared to the player. Okay. Okay, so there's a door. I came in here. Let's continue hugging the right wall. And we're back to this freaking lake again. So we came through there. We can't cross the water there. So this will bring me over to here. There's no door puzzle over here, is there? No. Because the game doesn't like it when I go into the water for some reason. Because this dude is apparently allergic to water. Oops. When you get to a point of a visual novel or a walking simulator where you have literally no idea where you're supposed to go, So you're literally doing something you were taught as a 4-year-old to get out of mazes, i.e. hug the right wall. There's something wrong. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, there's got to be something up there, surely. But I've seen absolutely no way to get up there at all. I mean, these rocks here are blatantly, obviously, not supposed to be climbed. That is obvious. Game, please just throw me a bone or something. I mean, I've obviously missed something obvious here, but God knows what it is. Excuse me. And we're back here again. I've literally hugged the entire outer wall there. Okay, that's a linear hill. So there's obviously nothing over there. Oh, this dev loves putting lots of fucking rocks down, doesn't he? I went from there, so let's go down here. So that's where I would have gone before. And I've basically just gone around the entire outer edge. Right. I'm not going to lie, this is getting incredibly frustrating. I feel like I've been moving around for about half an hour, not knowing where to fucking go. Because the game, again, tells you nothing. Walking simulators are great, but when you don't have a sense of direction, there's a fucking problem. I mean, you have this ledge here. This ledge indicates that there's should be something that we can do, right? Can't get over there. So over there, it must indicate that there's something on the left, right? Right? Wrong. There's literally nothing. Honestly, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know where I'm supposed to go, because the game does not fucking help you. And it fucking well should. Do I need to go back to the village and try and work on that door in the rock? I don't know. The game doesn't tell you, and it should. It really should. I've been down there. I cannot find nothing. It's just nothing there at all. It's a waste of time. I mean, I'm getting frustrated. I'm actually getting frustrated. I don't like meandering around, wasting time, not knowing what I'm supposed to do or where I'm supposed to fucking go. And this game encompasses that to a gargantuan margin. And it's not fun when you don't know what you're supposed to do or go. Let's see where it puts me if I load back in. Maybe that'll help. That's great graphics. It's not loading the graphics incorrectly. Good job, game. Good job. Well done. There we go. I'm back here. That bird sound has become a car alarm. Oh, bloody hell, that's a big party, Marguerite. Welcome in, Raiders. If anyone has completed this game, for the love of God, tell me where I'm supposed to go. Yeah, this fucking thing needs some sort of directional indicator. But for the first time in a walking simulator game, Marguerite, there is actually an auto walk. You press the Y button, watch this. It auto walks. Okay.
Okay.
So we're back at the waterfall.
How do you feel?
I feel cold and
So that was a
empty.
waste of an hour.
All alone. There's nothing and no one to fucking live for. Yeah?
I never want to. We should be together always. We should make this thing between us permanent.
When will we live together?
Soon. Now that I'm home again, all things will be as we want them, and our life should be easy. We'll have a beautiful wedding this year. We'll be happy and together forever.
Sounds sweet. Let's do it.
Okay. So, with us having to have come over here with the waterfall, logic dictates that we need to go forward. Marguerite, do you agree with that logic? Isn't it just? Don't get wrong, the music is gorgeous. Obviously something that the dev hasn't made, it's something that they have clearly bought off of an asset store, I believe. So the music, chef's kiss. Gameplay, not so much. Okay, so there's a route out. Logic dictates I should go up that way, but I'm going to make sure that there is no missing thing here first. Right. Okay, I believe I came in through there. Because I went right here, didn't I? Okay, I believe that's where I came in. So. Let's go around here. We have a deer. A big male deer who disappears. Oh dear. The problem with these walking simulators is if you're on a linear path, it's fine. But if you're going somewhere where you want the player to find a certain asset or a certain area and you don't give them a clue of where they're supposed to be going, then that's not their fault, it's your fault as the developer. And you should be marked down for that, and you will be. I do not like wasting an hour or more of my time looking to try and find out where to go because the game doesn't put any sort of objectional direction assistance in the game. It is infuriating. It is poorly designed. And you can have all the graphics you like in the world, and granted this is relatively pretty, it's not something on the level of Yuan Wan Sword 7, for example. So we come to this area. Excuse me. This is where I was, and this is probably where I've spent an hour looking to where I'm supposed to be bloody going. We can't go into water because we die for some stupid reason. See? It's like, oh no, I am going to drown in 6 inches of water. I'll show you something that's larger than 6 inches.
As we progress through life, there are more challenging situations waiting for us. We enter the time of challenge. Sometimes the transition is slow, but sometimes it is so sudden you forget the life you had moments ago. Overcoming greater difficulties, greater satisfaction, and we feel stronger for the effort. We simply forget that we are one step closer to the end. But the end does not necessarily mean death. Sometimes it is the end of a struggle, or the end of peace. The beginning of a difficult stage of life is inevitable for those who fear danger.
Continuing on, let's restart the timer. Can you restart the timer, please? Thank you. Okay. So we were just there. So we just had a comment there. Logic dictates that there's got to be something along here that also triggers further dialogue, right? Okay, we're starting this area by looking up at that thing on the hill. Let's take a left turn. This game needs some directional assistance. Okay, so we've got this goddamn ledge up here, which I cannot find a way up. And we're back here. The exact same place, no trigger, no nothing. So what am I supposed to fucking do? Seriously, what am I supposed to fucking do? You would think we have some sort of jump button, but nope, we don't. We literally don't have a jump button of any kind. We have left, right, forward movement, flashlight for some fucking reason. I mean, where's he hiding it? What's he doing with his right hand? Every time you put it back. Look, what's he doing with his right hand? I don't get it. Like, every time you pull the flashlight back, his right hand pushes forward. Like, why? To say that I'm getting frustrated would be putting it politely. Putting it impolitely would say that this dev couldn't be asked to get a playtester. Putting it impolitely would say that the dev is lazy, trying to do a cash in on a fucking easy to make fucking genre without doing anything or listening to it. You cannot tell me that he has got a playtester, because obviously the dev knows where to go. Obvs. So logic would dictate that he gets a playtester who doesn't. See, that's the thing. Like, when you have somebody test your game, okay, the first thing you do, and this is what they teach you in game design. The first thing they teach you: don't test your own game. Get somebody to test it for you. Go in blind. They need to go in blind, so errors that you are overlooking and blatantly overlooking become apparent to the player. It's gaming design 101. Get somebody who does not know your game to play it. It's literally the first thing they teach you. You can see me, I'm getting annoyed now, because I've wasted nearly an hour, if not more, trying to find where to fucking go, because the game doesn't tell you. It doesn't give you any directional assistance at all. And I've literally followed the fucking narrative. The guy came up with a narrative going down there. You would expect some sort of narrative, but no. You find nothing. It's useless. So I'm wandering around like an absolute Burke, trying to find what I'm supposed to do. And the longer I'm forced to walk around to try and find what I'm supposed to do, the lower and lower your score gets. Walking simulators are fine if they are linear. This is not. You have given no directional assistance whatsoever. Absolutely none. Absolutely none. Settings. General. Crosshair. See? Absolutely nothing there. See? Absolutely nothing there. Controls. Absolutely nothing there. We have X to interact. And that's it. Okay. Let's go to that ledge and see if we can interact with it. I seriously doubt it. If we can, I'm going to be pissed. Because there is no change in the reticle. Can I interact with the swan? That has got to be the first time anybody on the planet has ever wanted to interact with a swan. Other than the Queen. I say. I don't understand how you can fuck up a walking simulator this badly. Let's go with the assumption, okay, that I've missed something. What do you have in the game to tell a player that they have missed something? You have nothing. You have literally nothing. There are no directional arrows or directional assistance. There is no marker indicating a bit of missed conversation. There is no objective text like find Daniela near the waterfall, for example. You have nothing. You have given the player nothing. So what are they supposed to do? I'd be incredibly delighted if one of you kind people who came in with the raid could Google this, because this is probably on Steam. See if there's any indication of what I'm supposed to do here. Nope, can't interact with it. What am I supposed to do? You literally have nothing that a player can enjoy. Nothing to help them. Look, here's the problem that you have, okay? And this is me speaking to both the developer and the publisher, East Asia Soft. The last bit of narrative was down this path, okay? The path where the narrative was like over there somewhere. I continue going down this path, right? Expecting the next bit of story or whatever. Yeah, I come here. I go around this entire area and there's absolutely nothing. There's nothing that I can see, that I can interact with. There's no way for me to get up to where that hut is. There's no button or obvious place for me to go to interact with any or anything, basically. There's no door or gate that I can interact with. We have a ledge here, which really? Really? It took me an hour to find that. Literally, it took me a fucking hour. Would it have hurt to have, when I'm over here, perhaps have that bit of wood highlighted? Would it have hurt, instead of me having to go right up to the fucking thing? Seriously, I had to go right up to it and then it decided to glow. If somebody doesn't see that handprint, they're not going to see it. Are they? I cannot illustrate to you how many times I looked at this and didn't see it because the fucking tree didn't glow. I cannot illustrate how angry I am about that. Marguerite, are you here? Make note of that tree, because if you don't find it, you're going to be walking around in circles. It's right in front of this grey ledge, okay? Make a note of that, because if you don't see it, you're gonna be walking around for a fucking age, trying to work out what you're supposed to fucking do. I literally wasted an hour looking for that because there was absolutely no indication until you were right up, like, trying to fucking face fuck it. I cannot illustrate how annoyed that has just made me with this game. All you had to do...
being planned for us. Knowledge brings confidence and security. And we are warned about them, but they are not warned about us. We like to believe it is a fair situation. Sadly, nature is not fair, nor the lives we live. God moves in mysterious ways. Some of us want to take his place. When we have the power of society behind us, we believe we are gods. We feel invincible when we have many followers, crushing whoever attempts to stand in our way.
Okay. I'm going to say this so that there is absolutely no question about what I mean. If all the metrics for your game indicates, and I know there's metrics, because if you would have had this on Steam, you have indication of how many people unlock achievements and things, as you do on Xbox. Obviously, with this game being a new release, you do not yet have that on Xbox. However, with this having been on Steam previously, one can assume, rightly assume, that that tree might have been a stumbling block for many people. One would like to point out that that could have literally been avoided if you just had it highlighted from a much larger distance away. That would have saved me an hour of searching. I am annoyed because this is something that's fucking basic. I'm sorry, I'm not a stupid person, okay? I went around that 3 or 4 times not seeing that fucking thing because the tree was literally not highlighted until I had to go face up to it like that. Literally, I had to be face up for it to be glowing like that. And that thing shouldn't, such a thing shouldn't be too hard to change. It would literally be just a number in a file which basically says, oh, when do you want this to be highlighted? 1.5 meters? 10 meters? That's literally it. That's literally the only change you would need to make to fix that. The fact that you clearly didn't playtest this. Ugh. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I just miss obvious shit that I stick around 4 times at least without seeing it. Let's move on, shall we? What I might do is, for that bit, I just might cut out a gigantic chunk of the video that I did to search for that. That's what I might do. It'll, because nobody wants to see me walk around like a complete knob end for an hour. So yeah, that's actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut a gigantic chunk out of the achieve hunt for that. Well, till I get to that tree, and then I can just play that tree there. That's what I'm going to do, actually. I've decided that's what I'm going to do. Excuse me. That's really annoyed me. That's really rubbed me the wrong way. That really has. So if you're watching this video and you notice why there's suddenly like an extra hour or something on the achievement timer, that's why. Because I couldn't freaking find what, like, the handprint on the tree to go there, and there was no indication of it. I cannot illustrate in words that are currently known to the English language how frustrated I am at that. Good morning, Dan. How are you today? Oh, that's really rubbed me the wrong way, that has. That's really, really rubbed me the wrong way. That's annoyed me. That has actually annoyed me. It really has. I cannot illustrate how annoyed that has made me. Some things just wind you up, and that has wound me up. I'm alright, Dan, other than an experience I just had with this game. Apparently I'm not supposed to go over that log. Or at least go left when I go over that log. How can something that small annoy me that much? Just, oh. Okay. We'll move on. Oh, dearie me. You'd have to laugh, because if you didn't, you'd cry.
So, Sicko is back. He thinks he will have an easy life in our village. Let's make things hard for him. We will do this one step at a time. First, we'll place him in conflict, and then we bring him peace. We repeat this over and over again. He'll be confused and uneasy. We will break him. So, how should we start?
I know what to do.
How about killing
Let's
yourselves?
tell him we saw a lynx near the village. We'll ask for his help to kill the animal. We'll tell him we can't do it without him. We will make him proud and confident. We will all go together, but we'll leave the group one by one, giving different excuses. And finally, he will be all alone.
Yeah, he'll be afraid to be all alone with the animal stalking nearby, but eventually he'll realize we have played a trick on him. He'll be angry and humiliated. This is gonna be awesome.
Guys, this might be fun for us, but don't you think it's a bit cruel?
Are you with us or with Sicko?
Of course I'm with you guys.
Good.
These guys are cunts.
Don't mess this up.
Yeah, don't mess this up.
Yeah, those guys are cunts and need to be shot in the head. Every single one of them, multiple times. And deservedly so. Can you tell I have a very low tolerance for bullying and cruelty? But then I have a very low tolerance for much these days. Liars, politicians, Republicans, anti-vaxxers. Maybe I'm just bitter. Maybe the last couple of years have just worn me down to not caring anymore. I've lost far too many friends and family the last 2 years for me to give a fuck anymore. Maybe that's made me a horrible person. Maybe it's given me a
We
hide.
have many names. One our mother gives us, one our friends give us, one our enemies give us. Even when we forget someone's real name, we can still remember the name we gave them. It is a striking example on how powerful children can be. When they damage someone, the damage lasts and has the potential to ruin a whole life.
Tell me about it.
This is why the psychologists ask their patients to remember their childhood. There are clues hidden deep down in our subconscious. If we search there, we can find our friends and our enemies.
As I said, the last 2 years I've lost far too many friends and family because of
Your ninja sucks. Mine has better swords.
They aren't better, they're shorter. I'm not even sure they're swords. They look more like the forks in my grandfather's house.
Hey, Alec, Let's throw the ninjas in the air. See whose will fly higher.
I'm in. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
This blue ninja is mine now.
Come on, Vasile. You already have the red one. Give it back to me.
No way. I said it's mine. Don't you try to take it back.
This kid needs to be punched in the
Don't
face.
give it back. I'll tell Andre that you stole his red car.
Okay. It has scratches on it anyway.
These kids really need to be punched in the face.
Honey, why don't you go out and play with your friends?
I don't want to. They don't look like they want me to play with them.
Of course they want you. Why wouldn't they? Come on, put on your coat and go join your friends. Take them some of the cookies I made. They're fresh out of the oven.
Can I play yet? As I've said, and as you so loquaciously put, Marguerite, the world has been a horrible place for quite a few years now, especially over the last couple, and the world has not shone itself in a good light, especially in America. And it is depressing as to how far people will debase themselves to be on a side. The problem is, that's what dictators do. Divide and conquer. If you do not...
One of the reasons we get into trouble is because we can't say no. We accept an offer, and shortly after we regret it. There are many reasons we don't refuse. Enthusiasm, fear. Sometimes our responsibilities force us into hasty decisions, and we choose the wrong path. Our greatest responsibilities are our children. We need to listen to them, teach them, protect them. We need to learn from them too. It is not always possible to know what is happening in their lives. Letting go is hard for the children, but it is almost impossible for the parent.
Before I was interrupted by the narrator, I will also say that, well, I will continue to say that the last couple of years have shown the true depths of depravity that humanity can sink to, and how corrupt some people and places are. Excuse me. And I think when it comes down to it, I think the last couple of years has proven that if you don't look after yourself, no one else is going to. I think that has become very apparent for multiple people who have had their social bubbles shrink to near non-existence. I'm of the belief that perhaps the world would be better without some people in it, because removing the few saves the many. Look, if you're caring if you're caring for a plant or a tree and part of it has a disease, you cut it off.
Last night, I heard Sicko talking about us with his mother at home. They're literally talking behind our backs.
What an asswipe. We should make him think we're stalking him, but not give him any solid proof. Just let him see and feel how guilty he is. Let him feed the greatest hate he has ever known.
Seems like we're doing a little too much, but whatever.
Didn't we talk about this before?
I think Alec is a little too soft for a man. Am I wrong, Vasile?
I think that people like we are experiencing in this game, I think when you get to a level of cruelty, then nobody would mourn your loss. I am one of the very few people who believes that the death penalty should exist in the world. Oh, is that an elephant down there?
No need for a protracted preamble.
Yes, it is.
Let's jump straight onto the subject. I believe that privacy is a person's most important right. Punishment must always...
I'm not quite sure where an elephant came from, but...
a person of their privacy is unacceptable. Look inside a soul, and you will find things you do not understand. However horrifying the secrets you expose, they are not so great a crime as stealing someone's privacy. You can imprison a man for life. You can fine him and take his last penny. You can beat him to the very edge of life. But taking his right to privacy never seems fair.
As I was saying before I was interrupted, I'm one of the few people in this country that believes that the death penalty should exist when there is absolutely no question of a person's crimes. For example, mass murderers, terrorists, pedos, cold-blooded killers. I don't believe that the public should pay for their life to continue. I believe in human rights, but I believe that if you take away somebody else's right to life, your own right to that life should be forfeit. There are certain crimes which can affect people and the people they know for life. Murder, paedophilia, that kind of thing. I believe that people who indulge... No, that's the wrong word. People who commit these acts lost their humanity a long time ago. I firmly believe that the world would not and should not mourn their loss.
It is easier to pass the blame than take responsibility for our actions. If we successfully pass the blame, we take pleasure in the lie. It is even more enjoyable when we have allies to share the secret. The conspirators become closer. They grow confident. They freely pass the blame, free themselves from responsibility, and start to believe they are angels without wings. But what happens when their scapegoat leaves? They look for a new sacrificial lamb. This new target might be the weakest or the strongest. One looking to take control for themselves. Who decides?
As I was saying, and in regards to the human excrement that commits those crimes. I don't believe that there should be any remnants of their body left. I believe they should be completely ground out, disintegrated, burnt, whatever it takes to make sure they literally are non-existent, disintegrated. They should not have no grave. They should not have any remembrance on this planet. Because I believe that is the only way to bring closure to those people. And I'm not saying this, I'm not saying that consequence should happen to people who kill people in car accidents, for example. I'm literally about the worst of the worst. Cold-blooded murderers, terrorists, pedos, things like that. Heck, honestly, I would also add in corrupt politicians and police into that, because if you honestly become if you are put in a position of power and you abuse it, you not only dishonor yourself, you dishonor your family, the people who gave you those powers, the people you represent, and humanity as a whole. I'm one of the few people who believes... Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's usually up to the leader to decide. The dictator who lives his life untroubled and comfortable in his palatul, using the power of others. When the journey ends, it is time to decide who is next.
Yeah, there's no way in hell he didn't. There's no way he killed himself.
Before him in fear. Sometimes there may be
the world has its dark,
but most often all will obey the leader,
tentacles of evil.
Everyone will have a
and occasionally,
and enjoy their decent,
lives. The general public gets a very small sight of what those dark tentacles are part of. The world is a cruel, corrupt, horrible place. It always has been. It always will be. I'm not joking about it, Marguerite. I'm being deadly serious. I'm amazed his wife hasn't been killed yet. And I say that with absolutely no sarcasm whatsoever. I'm amazed his wife isn't dead yet. Come on, man, this cave is pretty pretty. I think the problem is, especially in America, in regards to horror, like by horror of certain things, there is a media circus by certain news outlets, Fox News being one of them, to try and rile up its fan base into anger. And I always find it one of the most hilarious things in the world that Fox News' supposed business quote is fair and balanced. Yeah, right. I don't even need to say any more about Fox News, let's be honest, do I? It's... And I have no intention of proceeding any of my time in that discussion. For example, I believe that the moment your news outlets starts dispensing on stuff that isn't true, you should lose the right to broadcast. It'd soon clear up some of the fake news, wouldn't it, eh? But then, that's just what I believe. I have very strong feelings on what would make the world a better place. And as somebody who suffers with Asperger's, I am somebody who's very, very sensitive to social what's the word I'm looking for? Inadequacies? Is that the word I'm looking? I'm not quite sure if that's the word I'm looking for. But oh, that's nice. Okay, so what am I supposed to do? Am I not supposed to come down here? Is there something I'm supposed to click? Something just happened. What just happened? Did I do something? What? Ugh, whatever. Don't know what I did, but I apparently did something.
We all can have deep fantasies. It would be foolish to deny that. But no matter how strange or dark our fantasies are, dare I say they are not crimes, as long as they remain pure fantasy. But when we get caught by stalkers, when our dreams are exposed, it is highly likely that we become the new victim. But as a member of the society, all have our fantasies. There's a wild animal living inside all of us.
I'm somebody who believes very, very strongly in trying to make the world a better place for everybody. I don't understand why people have to be mean or have to be cruel. Maybe I've just hit middle age and I'm just tired. I'm tired of all the crap. I'm tired of the meanness. I'm tired. And I think I've hit that at a younger age than a lot of people do. Very, 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 very few people get to change the world. Even fewer live to see it. I believe that the world needs people to look after each other. And what the hell is wrong with that bird call? It's like a fucking car alarm. muting the sound, going back to the game, and redoing it seems to stop that car alarm bird sound effect. Okay, yeah, that's a puzzle. So obviously I have to come in there and then come out here. Obviously. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't understand the meanness in people. I don't understand what people get out of it. Maybe I'm just naive. Maybe I just can't see the point of people being horrible to people anymore. Maybe that's just me being naive AF. Maybe that's just me being dumb. I don't know. Guess you guys can decide that for yourselves. I think I may have just got stuck. I think I'm stuck. Good job, game. Good job. Right, where are you going to put me back to now? Really? All the way back here? Are you fucking kidding me, bro?
Who's guilty is usually up to the leader to decide.
Shut up. Nobody cares. We've already done this.
Untroubled.
Why is there not a checkpoint after each bit of chat? Seriously, why is there? That's...
decide who is next to dance on the stakes. If the leader is lucky, everyone will kneel before him in fear. Sometimes there may be a rebel who will challenge the tyrant, but most often all will obey the leader and let the victims suffer. Everyone will have a tasty bite of him and enjoy their decent, blame-free lives.
No, all that would have needed to fix that is to allow the person to move the barrel. That's it. The barrel is literally there to block you off, but if you're there, you get stuck. Really? I'm all the way back here? Even before the fucking... Are you fucking kidding me? That's strike number 2, game. That's strike number 2. Oh, for Every time this game does something stupid, its mark is getting lower and lower and lower. Right now we're running at 4 out of 10. I suspect that this game is going to get a lot lower. See, as I play through a game, I kind of get a score in my head. If I see something I like, the score goes up. If I see something I don't like, the score goes down. You know, it's very, very simple. Oh yeah, I appreciate it. Alright, Margaret, well you take very, very, very good care of yourself, okay, honey? So am I supposed to do something with these chains? I mean, this thing fell down. I had no idea what I did before to make it do whatever it did. Oh, maybe. Apparently it was just face away from it and move away from it, it looks like.
We all can have game fantasies. It would be foolish to deny that. But no matter how strange or dark our fantasies are, dare I say they are not crimes, as long as they remain pure fantasy. But when we get caught by stalkers, when our dreams are exposed, it is highly likely that we become the new victim. But as a member of the society, we all deny the truth, and we attack the victim as if he is an abomination. In fact, we are all alike. We all have our fantasies, and there's a wild animal living inside all of us.
Oh. Mental note, don't go behind the house, because you'll get stuck. So stupid. Every time a bit of chat happens, it should autosave. The fact that it doesn't is foolish. Cannot illustrate how much this has frustrated me, this game, because of the amount of time it's had me waste. You know what? No. I'm not going to delete any of the time. I'm just going to leave the video as it is so people can see what I had to experience. If they don't like that, well, fix the game. Moo! Hello, Arnie. It's Bessie. Bessie the cow. She's a good cow. Back to that goddamn water tower again. Reused assets. Getting sick of seeing these rocky borders around the pathways, by the way. They look fucking horrible. Would it have hurt to just have some sort of tree-based forest path?
Some of us like to attack the victim with heavily offensive opinions. However, when the victim tries to respond for defensive purposes, the attacker has 3 words. Shut your mouth. Perhaps this is the lack of empathy that some souls suffer. Perhaps quite the opposite of that. The ones who have more empathy skills are sometimes the ones who are able to offend more. The society prefers to attack the naive ones rather than the sadist ones.
Oh, this is supposed to be running and it's so slow. The running speed needs to at least be doubled. At least. Can I climb this ladder? I doubt it. Nope. Okay, we have some sort of camp.
Hey guys, breaking news. Yesterday, after the Lynx trick, I saw Sicko drawing people killing each other.
Oh my god. The guy is a psychopath. What a freak. I think he's disgusting.
I knew he wasn't normal. I've known it since forever. I swear down, he's not even human.
Yeah, totally. He's not right in the head. I think he's dangerous. A real psycho.
Yeah. Sicko the psycho. I'll talk to Danielle. We'll talk Sicko the psycho.
People like that need to be killed. I have absolutely no tolerance for people who inflict mental torture on others. Absolutely no tolerance. There's one thing that's same for physical abuse, but when it becomes mental, oh, it's a train. Hello, train. When it becomes to when it goes down to mental torture, you're invading the very sanctity of their own safety. And that's something that is not forgivable. As I said, the last 2 years have just made me a bitter.
Sorry for keeping you waiting, Andre. I've been having trouble sleeping. My mind flickering away. Like a lit candle. Anyway, it's good to have you back.
It's good to be back, my friend. The village is just the way I left it. Nothing has changed at all. Not even a little bit.
Hey, Alec. Do you have a couple $100 you can give me? I'll be heading into the city next week.
What did you do with the money that I gave to you last week?
I spent it already. I didn't realize I had to run my spending plans past you. I do everything I can for you, but if you're going to be a dick about helping me out, I won't ask for your help again.
Okay, whatever. Forget about it.
I do not like this game. I really don't. Whether it's just the characters or whatever. I think everybody who streams or comes into a stream has been bullied or been a bully at some point. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Hello, Tyler. The world does not need more bullies. The world is a shit place as it is. I'm alright, Tyler. Thank you for asking.
What did he mean?
Okay. Looks like I need to light all the candles. Dude. Get some electricity in your house.
What did he mean?
Is that supposed to... I'm guessing that's supposed to happen.
What did he mean?
Pondering the unknown. It's like a connected dots puzzle with no guiding picture.
If you want to have automated talking, fine, but don't slow me down to walking pace.
A finished puzzle might show us
Just let me keep moving.
an unfinished puzzle might bring frustration. If we look carefully at the pattern of dots, maybe we can resolve the puzzle without a guide. We might identify mistakes we have made. Maybe we can see potential mistakes that lie ahead. We shouldn't become a slave to the puzzle just to get a little clue about the unknown. Our lives are too valuable to lose it for the cruel tricks played on us.
I've been waiting for this time for so long. It's like all my dreams have come true, Daniela. After all these years of misery, I finally have you. I feel proud and strong. Like nothing can hurt me anymore. Sometimes I remember my childhood, you guys just pick me up, and you...
Oh, please stop talking about your childhood. I can't take it right now. I couldn't sleep last night. My mind flickering away like a lit candle.
supposed to do something here. Why though? Thank you for your support, Tyler.
Everything in a toilet can be a metaphor for life. The only smart thing to do would probably be to stay there as short a time as possible. All those depressive thoughts would be a huge flash in our minds by the time we're there. It is inevitable to see the reflections of society slowly embark on a journey away from us. A humorously stinking time frame. Life.
This music does not seem to fit in with this environmental ambience.
When a person is behaving badly, we blame the parents. Friends shape people too. Friends make people who they are. Parents have a role, but their influence is limited. They are not the only ones to shape a person. It is important that we choose our friends wisely, especially in the very early stages of life, when we are least stable. While a good-natured friend can help us become a good person, a troublemaker can make us wicked. In many cases, childhood friends have more influence than our parents.
Burbs. Hello, Bessie. Okay, game. What do you want me to do here? Some directional assistance, if you please. I came through that, didn't I? Shut up, Bessie. Did I come through here? Yeah, because I came through here and the thing was on the left, wasn't it?
I'd say a dog is man's best friend. Unlike many other animals, they are loyal, playful, and warm-hearted. For some people, they are the most beautiful creatures in the world. Life without a dog is like a summer's sky robbed of the blazing sun. Dogs are smart, and they will give their lives to protect you from danger. If you show them a target, anything, or anyone, they will attack with fierce determination. But there is a problem. Do they ask or wish to know who is guilty and who is not?
Look, Valley. There he is. Andre is evil. He wants to kill us. There's nothing good about him. Go get him, Valley.
Oh, hey, Valley!
You monster! What have you done?
I'm telling you, you must be blind if you missed it. Andre had forgotten you in Bucharest. He was never going to come back to you if things were going well for him in the city.
I'm so stupid. I thought I meant something to him, but he used me. I will never, ever forgive him. I can't forgive myself either. I hope he rots. I would rather die alone than live with that jerk for a minute.
Why would you die alone? You are beautiful. You have a good heart. I'm sure you'll find happiness.
Really?
Yes, you deserve happiness. You know what? Forget about him and think about your future. I'm sure you will find someone who loves you and understands you.
Thank you both. I'm really grateful for your support. I wish I hadn't wasted my time with him.
Okay, so what the so I'm supposed to interact with these guys? Or do I just touch them? No, I apparently just touch them. Not quite sure what the point of these off sequences are, but whatever. This shit is why you get people to test your fucking game. I swear to God, if it's put me back behind that cave, I'm going to be fucking pissed off. I think it fucking has as well. I swear to God, if it's put me back behind that fucking cave. Really? Really? All the way back here?
I'd say a dog is man's best friend. Unlike many other animals, they are loyal, playful, and warm-hearted. For some people, they're
You know,
the most beautiful
if you'd have put in a fucking jump button, we wouldn't have this fucking problem. Literally, a fucking jump button. That's it. That would have solved the problem.
If you show them a target,
Are you fucking insane?
they will attack with fierce determination. But there is a problem. Do they ask or wish to know who is guilty and who is not?
So many problems in this game would have been solved with the addition of a
Look,
jump
Valley.
button.
There he is. Andre.
Literally, that's all you would have needed to do. A fucking jump button.
Go get him, Valley.
Oh, hey, Valley!
You monster! What have you done?
This playthrough has been an absolute fucking disaster. Partially because of me not seeing the fucking handprint early in the game, but the rest of it is because there's no save after each, no autosave after each bit of chat dialogue, narration, whatever you want to call it, and there's no fucking jump button. Literally, it boggles the mind how this got through testing and nobody suggested give us a jump button. I'm not going to lie when I'm saying that this game is making me extremely fucking angry. Because we're experiencing shit that shouldn't be experienced because it's fucking obvious. We've now crossed the 3-hour mark, okay? At best, we should be at about 1:20. I've wasted 1 hour and 40 minutes of my time on this crap. Because of the game being so poorly designed. I'm not sure if this game is at negative score yet, but it's getting fucking close. If it isn't at negative score, the only, and I literally mean the only thing that's saving it right now is the great music and the easy achievements. That's the only things that's saving it at this point. Literally the only thing that's saving it. How hard would it have been to just code in a fucking jump button? Press A to jump. This will increase your height by 75% of the player's total height. This will allow you to get out of bits of rock or level geometry that you may be stuck in. How did this get through testing without a fucking jump button? Seriously, somebody explain this to me. Now, the more I talk about it, the more I'm thinking this deserves a negative score. This playthrough has been an absolute disaster. And the fact that when you get stuck, you lose so much time because there isn't an autosave after each bit of narration is so frustrating. On an instinctual deep level, it's game design 101 which is failing here. It's literally game design 101 which you're failing. Like if you're making a visual novel, a walking simulator, and you have a 3D environment, the first thing you should ask yourself, okay, what happens if people get stuck? Okay, well I'm going to have to press restart. Okay, where does that send them back to? About 25 minutes ago. That two very simple questions which illustrates what the problem is with your product. And we're back to these stupid fucking demons. And I'm apparently actually black in this for some reason. This is so stupid. Cannot illustrate how frustrated I am with this game's... See, that's where I got stuck before. In there, I think. Would have been solved with a jump button. That's all you would have needed. A button to jump. That's all you needed to do. And yet we've lost, what 10, 15, 20 minutes? Actually, no, I got stuck over here, didn't I? Because I remember going towards that thing. I just want games to be enjoyable for people. And you have such basic things wrong with a game. That either indicates little to no playtesting, or just the developer ignoring any playtesters that he did have, or the playtesters being completely fucking incompetent. It's one of those situations. Either the playtesters were ignorant and incompetent, there weren't any playtesters, or the dev just didn't give a fuck. It's one of those three situations. Period. There are no other explanations for that. Oh, and look, we have floating rocks because reasons. I ain't gonna lie, this game is drifting into negative territory. I say drifting. It's caught on a current going down to the pits of hell. Hello, this is your captain speaking. We've just invited Satan on board, so grab your lifeboats, stick a life ring around your ass, and dive into the water. I've no idea what accent I was trying to do then. Let's gloss over that.
Every soul we touch leaves us in the end.
Nobody cares.
We do not lose them. Maybe they're
Perhaps I would have cared 2 hours ago, but you've made me do the same thing multiple times now. So I don't really care what you're saying. Go away.
the light. We must remember that every soul has both light and dark within. If a character is of greater quality, they will show us their light. That type of character may be fewer in number, but we must always look for quality over quantity.
I mean, there's only so much you can do with a game that is fundamentally flawed from the very, very basics. You have a 3D game where people can get stuck in the environment and can't get out without pressing restart, which sends them back 20 or 25 minutes because the game doesn't auto-save after every bit of narration that you find. It's monumentally dumb, and it's one of the things that should have been caught in the very, very early stages of playtesting. You can stick as much beautiful music as you can in a game, but if the gameplay is shit, it's not going to cover for it. Maybe it's just me moaning. Fine. Maybe I'm moaning. It still doesn't invalidate my viewpoints. If anything, it makes it more valid. It only saves when you go into a new area. Why? Why? You have certain places where audio appears. So why do you not have an autosave when you force us to go into walking instead of running mode? Cannot illustrate how frustrated I am by this game. Oh, whoopee, it's a bird. Nobody cares. Oh, it looks like I'm back to the original place. So we've literally gone in a gargantuan circle. Whoopee. Okay, where was the door in the cliff? My patience has been worn into the ground. Yeah, the skeleton's still there. Hello, birds. Okay, what do you want me to do? Just tell me what you want me to do, game, so I can be done. Because my anger and frustration will only last so long. Having some sort of directional assistance of where you want me to go, game, would be phenomenal. Anything at all. Oh look, floating plants. Lazy development. What do you want me to do, game?
I remember this toy. We were kids. Nikolai and Alec wanted me to steal this toy off from us. I did.
That toy meant a lot to me. You stole it, you thief. You stole it from me. I will have my revenge. If someone steals something from me, I steal everything from them. A theft to pay for theft.
Seriously? But we were just kids.
Shut up, asswipe. My revenge is not complete. Not yet. Apologize.
This is ancient history. It's all in the past. But if it'll make you feel better, I apologize. Truly, I'm sorry, okay?
Guys, come here. Andre stole a very valuable thing from me. He's a thief.
What?
Die, you thief!
Here we go.
Die!
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 Die! You think I deserved all that?
You know, I don't think so. But my people do. And it gives me pleasure to serve them. Now, do you regret what you did?
I regret that I didn't get rid of you before. Then I wouldn't have been punished so harshly.
Hang him from that tree! And later in the evening, we'll celebrate that we finally got rid of him. Every time we touch that statue next to the tree, we'll remember our celebration.
Hello, Ron. I have a request from a very special friend who lives in Ranchiuna village. He says that he misses his old pal, Andre.
So everybody ends up dead. Yay! That's a cheerful game, isn't it? God, this game is depressing on so many levels. Okay, so let me guess. I'm the ghost and I'm going to step into my own tomb.
He got what he deserved.
Yeah, he deserved that.
By the way, don't think I didn't see you looking at Daniela. She's mine.
Whoa, guys, don't fight over her. I mean, come on. Is she really worth it?
Both of you, shut up! She's mine. She's always been mine.
Fuck you, asswipe. I'll show you what's mine. Die!
So often, the desire of society to expose the guilty is weak. We fail to bring the guilty to justice and fail to decide how to execute the penalty and how to compensate the victims. I think everybody has the right to be equally judged. Nobody should be lynched. Nobody should be overpunished. Some believe in divine retribution, a world where the people suffer and become poorer every day, while the leaders live in heavenly luxury inside their palaces. Can the words divine retribution be more than a joke?
Now I need to wait for the credits to roll for hopefully an achievement. So, whilst we're waiting for the credits to end, shall we summarise with my thoughts? There's no fucking jump button. So if you get stuck, you're fucked and you have to go all the way back to the start of the area because you can't get out. Problem number 2. The game only quick saves when you go to a freaking new area. Why the hell does it not quick save after each bit of narration? It's a fucking walking simulator. How hard would that have been? Seriously, saving after each bit of narration. That's it. That's all you needed to do. Pick the vault door lock. I'm going to assume that the vault door lock is up here. And whilst those two thoughts are mentioned, there's the pick. Right, stop the clock. Okay, look, so I'm guessing we can choose where we want to go on these areas, I'm guessing. Yes. Okay. Let us summarise, shall we? We have a poorly designed walking simulator with characters who I want to kill every single fucking one of them because they're all bastards. You have no jump button, so if you get stuck, you can't fucking move and you lose time. You have a bit early in the game where you have to look for a handprint on a tree or a small crumbled dead tree which you can topple over to climb up a waist high ledge, which would have been completely irrelevant had we had a jump button in the first place. You've seen how much time I've wasted. Look at that. 3 hours 21. At best, this game should have been 80 minutes. At best. I've wasted 2 hours trying to go through this poorly designed piece of crap. And it is. Anyone who would have playtested this would have said, hey, you might want to sort out the checkpoints. Or, hey, you might want to do quick saves after each bit of narration, or oh, I got stuck there, perhaps a jump button to help the player get out should they get stuck in their exploration. But no, we don't have that. We have a torch. The most useless torch in any game that I've ever had the misfortune of playing, and I include Alan Wake's torch in that comment. This game has made me ring the rage bell twice. It's been a while since a game's done that. It's literally because of the poor quick saves, the poor environmental building, and the inability to escape when you're stuck, or just to go to last checkpoint. Well, there is a last checkpoint. The problem is the last checkpoint is when you first enter an area, which is like 20 minutes ago. The running speed needs to be fucking doubled. Look, I cannot illustrate how frustrated I am with this game. There are so many things wrong with it on a basic game design level. Things that could literally be changed by changing one line of code. Running speed. Double the amount of distance it takes, like when you do it. So if your running speed is currently set to 5 meters a second, update it to 10 meters a second. And just add in but you have no use for the A button at all. So implement a jump button. It can't be that bloody difficult. You don't even need an animation for it if you're going to be stingy. Literally just press A button, raise up height, allow the player to continue moving. And then for that freaking stupid bit of that broken tree, that dead tree for the ledge, have the glow around it increase by a factor of 10. I.e., don't make me have to go right up to the bloody thing like this to have the bloody thing to glow. Oh look, I can see through the tree stump. But yeah, don't let people... Look, okay, look, here's the point. You look at that, it glows. Okay? But then when you're here, it doesn't. You see? This is how close you had to be for the tree. Okay? Now, if I'm walking at a distance over here, right, I'm not going to be able to see that that tree can be interacted with, am I? So, increase the draw distance of the glow of an interactable item. They don't have to be interactable when you're this far away, but at least have them glow to say that they can be. It's not that hard. It's literally one line of code. Is the character within a certain distance and looking at this item? Change that certain distance to a longer distance. It's one line of code. Literally, it's one line of code. I'm going to give this game a -4 out of 10. Because these are things that are such basic fundamentals that the game fails on. The pros about this game, and there's very few. The music is great. The music is really good. So props to the musician that you used. I honestly cannot think of any other pros for this game. The characters are unlikable and infuriating. The environment is monotonous, repetitive and boring. The narrator natters on about crap that you really don't care about. Mainly because all of the characters you see are unlikable, cruel bastards. They really are. Look, I'm giving this -4 out of 10, whether anybody likes it or not. For me to change the score, there needs to be a jump button implemented. The speed needs to be increased of running and walking. The walking speed should be the running, that's what's currently the running speed, and the running speed should be at least 2 to 3 times the speed of what's there. Period. I'm not happy. I feel like I've had my time wasted. Mainly because of the game's poor quick saves. And as the other thing that needs to be done before I change my score is put a quick save after each bit of narration. Don't make the quick saves only be in the new area that you come to. because that wastes people's time if they get stuck, and we've seen that with me 3 or 4 times in this 3 and a bit hour playthrough. I'm annoyed, I'm frustrated, because it's stuff that's really, really fucking basic. With that being said, I do appreciate receiving the game code from East Asia Soft, who was the publisher. This game, I believe, is out now. Or actually, let me tell you when it comes out. Yeah, it comes out today. I don't like giving negative scores, but I score on what I see, and I'm uploading this video in whole. Okay, it's going to be unedited. You're just going to see what I've seen, what I've had to deal with for 3.5 hours. I hope that the developers have sense in implementing my ideas, or perhaps the publisher, East Asia Soft, can do that. I doubt they will. I hope they will. Because this game is literally a fucking disaster. It is an unfun meander through whining bastards who are cruel to each other, who natter on about shit you don't care about. And I don't even understand the little flashes of going through the buildings and like lighting the candles and those demons in the black area. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense at all. But eventually, the end bit of the game is you see everybody die because they are all dicks. If that isn't a metaphor for life, I don't know what is. Thanks for watching, everybody.